How's it going, everyone? Today we're going over the brake kit. Spark has developed a brake kit that's designed to mount on a hub motor. This particular kit is only for the rear, it's not for the front yet, but it will give you a 220 millimeter motorcycle disc on that rear. And the reason that we've decided to prioritize the rear instead of the front is because of the added weight of that hub motor. While it is true the majority of your braking on motorcycles tends to be on the front brake, on e-bikes with large hub motors like the ones that we build, a lot of the braking power is lost in that rear because that motor weighs so much. Right now, there are really no good alternatives to adding a motorcycle brake to a hub motor. And that's because they usually come with a standard hydraulic brake mount designed for traditional bicycle discs. On top of that, it can be difficult to mount a motorcycle brake caliper because of dimensional challenges on swing arms. We've developed a kit that is as universal as we can possibly make it. It is a DIY kit, and so it will require a little bit of work on your end to make this work. And we do have a 100% money-back guarantee if this does not fit on your bike. And that's because there are just simply too many bike designs out there, and we can't keep track of all of them and make sure that it works on every single bike. So if you do buy it, just know that we do accept returns, and you will be good to go. Now, let's talk about what bikes this will not work on. The caliper is designed for side mount brake calipers. So if you take a look at your bike and there are two bolts going on the side of the mount for your brake caliper, this unit will be able to be mounted directly in replacement for it. It is not designed for brake calipers that have top posts. So we see a lot of top posts on bikes like Super 73s, on Aventins, and other really nice high-end bikes. Unfortunately, that type of mounting system is just not compatible with this. It is something we are working on, but the components to do that are far more complicated. And so for right now, you have to make sure that you have a side-mounted brake caliper. And if you are confused as to what that is, you can of course send us an email and double check your bike. There are going to be some bikes that have side mounts, but they have challenges with placement of their shocks. So we've encountered a few bikes now where the shock placement was not exactly right and it required some spacers to make it work. And so if you have one of those bikes, just be prepared to add some spacers to your hub motor to shift it over a little bit. It may require that you have to kind of pull your swing arm up a little bit, but it will work. The kit itself is made up of a few different components. So the first is the brake disc assembly itself. And what you'll notice is it has these 6 holes that you see on all bicycle brake mounts. Those 6 holes will line up perfectly with your hub motor, so you don't have to worry about that. There are then 4 bolts that mount on the disc to that plate. And keep in mind, this whole thing is made out of stainless steel, and we supply you with replacement hardware to mount the disc to your hub motor, and these are also stainless. So traditionally, the bolts that come with mountain bike discs are just aluminum, and they're painted black, and they break really easy, and they will strip out. So we have included a series of bolts that you will use. They are a little bit longer as well, so that'll be even stronger. And you will use those 6 to mount this to your hub motor. We then have our caliper assembly. And the caliper assembly is made up of a few standard parts and a few completely custom designed parts by Spark. This is designed for a pit bike or some dirt bikes or things like that. And the pads on this are quite a bit larger, you'll see, than your traditional bicycle brake. And not only that, but the lever that's supplied with it puts out far more fluid, and you'll get way stronger braking. So this particular brake mount will mount onto a standard bicycle brake. Next up is the actual lever itself. And what's great about this is that it has a mount built in for a mirror, for one. It has an electrical output, and you can choose on our website from a variety of different switching options, everything from just a bare connector and you do all the soldering yourself, to the red connector that you see on a lot of e-bikes, all the way to the standard connector that we use on all of our Spark ones that have a NEMA 7 waterproof connector. This lever is also quite large, so you're going to get really good leverage, and you can push it over to the side of your handlebars if you have a lot of things like turn signal arrays and stuff like that. This comes in either left or right handle, so you can specify that as well. And then to go with this is a hose. So we supply you with a hose, and those hoses will be anywhere from 60 inches to about 85 inches. So what you're going to want to do is go to your bike and measure a hose length, which would go from your brake lever all the way to the back end. And so you really have to try to take a good estimate of the length of hose that you would need. Don't just go straight from your handlebar to the back. Try to imagine the hose wrapping around your frame and making sure that it's going to have enough. You don't want to overdo it though. So let's say you had a hose estimate of 62 inches, and you're trying to decide where to go. Don't do an 85-inch hose. Maybe consider going to the 60-inch hose or to the 70-inch hose. You can adapt things a little bit, but you don't want to have a ton of extra hose. But on the other end, you want to make sure that you have a little bit so that your handlebars can turn as well. So the hardest part here is honestly measuring that hose. So try to get a good estimate if you can. And related to all of that is bleeding the brakes. So these do use traditional DOT motorcycle fluid. So you really have to be careful when you handle all this. So please wear gloves and fill it with DOT fluid. Do not fill it with mineral oil. It's not a correct compatibility. Use DOT fluid. On our website, you can choose if you would like it to be filled or not filled. While I know it is very convenient to have the entire system arrive to you pre-bled and you're good to go, it is usually best to request it without fill. And the reason is you're going to have to feed this hose line through your bike anyway, and usually through some tight spots. It's very rare to have a bike that you don't need to kind of guide a hose through a fork or something like that. But we do offer the option to fill it from our facility if you don't feel comfortable doing that. We also supply you with a variety of different spacers. These are all stainless steel, and you can use those spacers to try to orient the caliper so that it will not hit the hub motor itself, and it's not going to hit anything like shocks. For the brake disc itself, there are two ways that this can be mounted. It can be mounted so that this is facing the outside of the bike and this is towards the hub motor. You can also take this plate off using those 4 bolts and nuts and put the plate on the outside here, and that will push the disc a little bit farther away from the frame and closer to the hub motor. You will then need to adjust the position of the caliper using those spacers. So here's the caliper, and you can see that the plate is on the outside of the fork instead of on the inside. And I have threaded it into this bracket that is then sent through the hole, and there is a nut that will retain it on the other side. And this happens in some cases when dropout dimensions aren't exactly convenient and the distance from the hub motor itself to the caliper creates an interference here. And so you have the ability to mount this on the outside or on the inside. Either one will work, and we supply you with the hardware to do so. So here's an overview of all the included hardware. Here is that powder-coated steel bracket that will mount onto the caliper. Keep in mind, you've got the 2 top holes are for the M8 bolts, and the 2 bottom ones are for the M6. The shorter M8s are what you will use in 90% of the cases. However, if you have certain cases where you need to extend this bracket out from the swing arm itself, we have also included these longer ones, and we include 2 washers. So if you have a case where you need to use these, you can put one in between the bracket and your frame and then put the other washer on the outside, or you can put 2 on there and space it off even more. So you'll have to kind of figure this out, but most of the time the standard 2 ones are just fine. And then there are M6 screws, and these are the ones that you're going to use most of the time. They're shorter. But if you have the case where you need to mount the caliper on the outside, we do include a longer bolt and a locking nut and some washers to do that as well. And then on the bottom, we have a bunch of those stainless steel Torx style bolts that you will be using to mount the disc to the motor itself. So we try to give you spacers and a variety of different hardware to make this work. It does require a little creativity. If you do get stuck, you can reach out to us. But generally, it's just finding the correct combination of hardware in the kit that we give you to mount everything. So that's an overview of the motorcycle kit. Again, this is designed for hub motors and it's designed for a rear wheel. It is not designed for top mount hydraulic brake calipers. It is designed for side mount brake calipers. We do have a 100% money back guarantee and you can ship them back to us, no questions asked, because we do understand that there are a variety of different bike mounts out there and it's very difficult for us to keep up with everything. Thanks for taking a look and I hope that helped.